we've already found ourselves in the last heat of the day. Heat 6 features Sage Erickson, fresh off her first victory ever, taking out the U.S. Open. And now the headliner here against Nikki Van Dijk, and also a comeback heat for Manuel after a serious knee injury during the break. Sage got a big start, Potts.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, most improved by far, by about 100 miles, I think, Sage Erickson. She's been knocking on the door of a good result for so long, and finally she's got that win under her belt. Stronger, Joe.
We'll see if that's going to unfold for Malia. Sage already with a 6.5. Here comes Nikki Van Dijk. Nice, clean, round cutback into the pocket. Soft shoulder, so she's got to kick out. Here in Oz through the QSs in such a solid way. Her performance as snapper was insane. And let's see what happened on Nikki's way.
Yeah, I like this next turn from Nikki. You can tell she just holds the rail, holds it. You can see how she drew out that turn a little bit more than normal, which I love. You know, it just shows complete control, and I think the judges will like that. Let's have a look at Sage's opening wave here. Nice little snap in the pocket. And then watch this tight jam right here. Bang! Nice and tight. Almost pulls it off and goes down. So
it's been on tour for a handful of years now. As we go back into live with Sage, loving the lowers left today. Already has a vertical out the back. Now setup work through the end section. Frames it off the roof and gets another exciting finish. Pride in being like, hey, I deserve this first wave.
So she's been too nice.
I think so. I think that's changed with her coaching relationship with Tommy Whitaker.
Oh, there you go.
Pushing her to fight for those waves when this heat kicks off.
Bringing that Aussie mongrel into it, and there we go. Nice little finishing maneuver from Sage Erickson. So she's going to back up that 6.50, just slowly building her points. And even with these marginal conditions, we've seen a lot of really nice close heats, exciting stuff.
Big wind up here, Potts, for Van Dijk. The left sort of cornering towards her is going to give her a fun section off the lip, right into a windup for the finishing float. That's what makes the lowers left so fun. Corners sometimes a bit sharper. The majority of the regular foots on tour. I like the power approach from Van Dijk here.
Yeah, beautiful style, beautiful positioning there from Nikki. She knows she's on her way to a good score, so she doesn't want to blow it. Finish nice, confident stuff from Nikki Van Dijk.
To wear the Jeep yellow jersey of this event. Missed out on that. And the battle continues here in the title race. Split peak now. Malia on the right-hander. One section there to get her first wave.
Fine line between, you know, sort of having that free surf feeling with a jersey on and then competing at a high level. It's a real fine line.
Manuel from the island of Kauai now coming around the corner here. Clean top turn. Nice little work on the inside corner to stay on her feet. 187 was her first wave of the comeback, and should break the combination to try to go for the win here.
No, just watching this, Joel, I haven't really had a chance to speak to Malia. Is she 100%? Is she back to the kind of form that she was in before the injury? Or is she still feeling the leftover of that? Because to me there, she looked a little tentative, a little bit tentative maybe. So let's say Erickson on the split peak. But for me anyway, just watching that wave from Malia, almost pulling back just a little bit.
I think she's learned to surf kind of what feels like your new knee in the recovery stage. Every report she's put out there saying it's feeling solid and testing it out. I think she wanted to make sure her comeback was going to be a good one. So she knew she was confident enough in her recovery to come back to the tour. Nikki now stepping off.
Yeah.
During the break, Sage got another wave.
Yeah, well, Sage is using these left-handers to a definite advantage. A 6.93, 6.50. That occasion not really panning out. Nikki Van Dijk trying to get herself back in the heat with a 5 and a 3.5. She needs to crank it up. She needs to find some vertical face as she hops over that section. Waiting for it to build up through the inside. Just not really offering that dynamic finish, but great positioning and great sort of awareness as far as milking that one all the way through. 7.84 required. Now Malia on the other side, just a quick look in and out. And back to the drawing board.
Sometimes the prep work for the next year starts now. Malia is up. Close to the first section, she's out. He's going to make a move now. Bit of speed. Set up off the top. Now out in front again. Nice and tight in the pocket. Couple of backside turns. Nikki chasing a 7.84 to take the lead. Little inside jam on a...
Let's have a look. It's more of an insider, but sometimes those insiders sort of huck those rocks a little better. Look at that critical turn. Thought she was going to get caught behind the section, but managed to come out and straight into another maneuver. So Nikki Van Dijk picking the right spot, milking this one all the way through. So looking for a 7.61. I'm not sure whether she's going to get that, but and then Maui, where she's going to be dangerous as well. So for her to be where she is at this point of the year, great job.
Backside snap for Nikki Van Dijk. Right off the top there, she goes down. A surfer that had fallen off tour, felt devastated, but learned a lot as she came back to the top 17 and became better. With 5 seconds on the clock, she's going to shut this one down with priority and the lead from start to finish. Erickson still on fire after her win at the US Open, straight into round 3 at the Swatch Pro.
The first wave of the heat and the last wave of the heat held the lead the entire way. Talk about a well-structured heat there from Sage Erickson. Gee, she's looking good.
A coach's dream. Tommy Whitaker said it's so cool to work with Sage Erickson on tour and see her take on all that strategy and that confidence as she moves on into round 3.